Hello, everybody. Happy Valentine's Day. Do you like the shades, Whitney?
I love them. I think they're so cute.
Well, I do love them kind of because of the lights in here that get really bright, but I won't make you guys watch me while I wear sunglasses the whole time. So I'm going to take these off, but aren't they cute? So fun, little heart glasses, and I've got my little heart cardigan on today, so it is time. I am ready to, I had a wonderful Christmas and a great New Year's celebration, but I'm ready to jump into the next card making occasion, and hopefully you guys are too. We have a big release to share with you today. So as you're hopping on, say hello. I would love to hear from you. If this is perhaps your first time joining us, then welcome. I'm Taylor. I am the owner and the creative director here, and I love to make pretty things just like all of you. And I can't wait to share with you all of the fun things that we came up with for you to use for Valentine's Day. And I've said this before, but I love Valentine's Day card making products because I feel like they stretch for so many occasions. You can continue to use hearts throughout the whole year long, whether you're making anniversary cards or wedding cards or engagement cards or just a card to tell someone they're loved. That goes well all year long. So we have lots of new things to share with you today. And I do want to say hi to a few people as you're hopping on. Like I said, give me a comment and I will say hello. Hi, Lynn. Good to see you here. And thank you again for our cinnamon hearts that you sent. We are loving those. Hello, Robin, here from Wisconsin. Hi, Tracy. We have Michelle and Dawn and Linda, Jessica. Hi, Karen and Sarah. Lots of you tuning in today. Well, we're going to do things just a little bit differently. So perhaps you guys have seen our sneak peek on the fan page this past weekend. We changed that up a little bit. And also in your email that you received from Tailored Expressions this morning, launching the new release, hopefully you got our product reveal video. So because this release is so large, we decided to try something new, and we walked through all of the new products from the release in a separate video. So I know sometimes it gets kind of long here at the beginning of these lives where I walk through every product and show them to you. We don't want to get rid of doing that. I think it's a fun way to hear about some of the reasons why we came out with these products, what they go with, maybe if they've been previously released, all of those things. And that information is still available for you. I know Charlie's gonna link that video here in the comments of our live today. But the other thing that allows us to do is have more time to craft together. That is one of my favorite parts of what I do, is creating and teaching all of you how to make certain things and get the best results from your products and all of that fun stuff. So we're gonna have more time to craft today. I am going to walk through just kind of the highlights of this release. And if you want that more in-depth information, then go ahead and check your email. You can find the video there, or you can head to the Fans of Tailored Expressions page where we put that video out early for our fans. So just another reason to get connected on our fan page. Okay, so we have some free gifts for you. Whitney?
Tell me about it!
You love freebies, right?
Give it to me!
Well, let's talk about our freebies first. And because this release is one of our biggest of the year, we decided to change up our freebies. So we started the year with a different freebie, but for this week only, or while supplies last, you can get 2 different freebies with your purchase. This one is called Full of Hearts, and it is a 3D embossing folder. You can see that pretty sample there from Emily Midlowski, and that is going to be free with purchases of $100 or more. Let me show you here what it looks like so you can see it. 3D embossing folder is just a really fun way to get multiple layers of depth in your project. So that's what it means by 3D embossing folder. There are multiple dimensions incorporated in this design. So when you, let's just pull this in, and when you emboss that, and let's say you blend over the top, you can see some of those hearts, the ones that are higher, take on a little bit more ink than the others. So you get a really fun, pretty blend in the background with that embossing folder. And then I'm going to flip it over so you can really see. You can tell here on the paper which of the hearts have more depth to them than the others, but it just gives you such a fun texture. And here's Emily's pretty card. Look at that. I love that. It's so pretty. And then one of the other fun things, so if you want to be able to step up this embossing folder, we also have available for purchase the coordinating stencil. So you can use the embossing folder by itself, you can use the stencil by itself, but you can also pair them together and stencil the design and then use the 3D embossing folder to give it dimension. So I wanted to mention this. It is not part of our freebies, but it is part of our release. It's called Full of Hearts to go along with that embossing folder. And then let me show you one more sample here. I'll pull this in. You can see those hearts that I stenciled in the background and used a bunch of other new products here on this card. So that is our freebie with purchases of $100 or more. Now let's talk about our freebie with purchases of $200 or more. So if you get above $200, you will receive both of the freebies. This one that is pictured is the Artsy Hearts Stamp and Die Combo, and then you'll also get the Full of Hearts 3D embossing folder. So it's kind of a double whammy with the freebies this week if you reach that highest level of $200 or more. Let's take a look at some samples and what this looks like. So as I mentioned, it is a stamp and die combo. So it's a 6x6 rubber background stamp. And then it has this little die here that cuts out the hearts that fit perfectly inside of your stamped hearts. So you can see some of the cards that have been created. These three are super simple and easy to make in lots of different colors. So you can just stamp kind of either tone on tone with a dark and a light like these are. You can emboss like Susan did on this card, embossed it with our new red Cherry Pop Sparkle embossing powder, and then cut out those hearts with different glitter cardstocks to really make them sparkle. Just pop a little sentiment on there and these cards are done. So really fun.
Whitney's most favoriteest product.
This is your favorite product from the release?
I mean, no, because there's so many.
There are.
I love that.
So many.
Yes.
Then this one Susan created too, just stamping that in black and blending over the top in a rainbow of colors. So there you have our two freebies, the $100 and $200 level, and you will have fun with those for sure. So I am going to talk through some of our bundles then. So we put these bundles together for you guys as a convenience. All of these products are available for purchase separately. And there are additional products outside of the bundle products that I'm going to be showing you that I won't be showing you that are part of this release. So you'll definitely want to check out our category on the website that will have everything in it. But our first bundle here is the Around Town Love. And you might recognize this because we did this same or similar theme for the holidays. And it features a large stencil that creates the maps for around town. And then you have all of the little icons and elements that you can place inside of those maps, little houses and cars and trucks, people, a hot air balloon. And then we did sentiments as well that fit in those map openings just perfectly. So those 5 products are part of our Around Town bundle. Let me show you a couple of my favorite cards that the designers created. And look at those. So fun. I love how you can fill the whole map with products or with little icons, or you can really just put a couple on there and really stretch your cards from just stenciling one of those layering stencil backgrounds and creating lots of cards from all of the little die cut pieces. So those are a few of my favorites from the Around Town. Now let's look at the next bundle. This one is called Spectacular. And this is just a simple 3-product bundle and has some really fun options for it. It's another one that you're going to be able to use as you continue through the year. I love this one that says, "You still look 21 from over here." So that one would be great for birthdays throughout the year. Then you have the eye charts that say, "Looking good, happy Valentine's Day, you are truly spectacular." and some other sentiments with dies to coordinate. And then we have our I Spy die set that has glasses that are Valentine themed, but also non-Valentine themed. Let me show you a couple specifically Valentine cards from this bundle. And you can see this one on the left from Emily Midlowski is very Valentine-y in the reds and the pinks. I love how that turned out. And then I made this one for John. My husband wears these black frame glasses, so I put some clear embossing powder over the top and made them look enameled and created a shaker element with our new little X's and O's inside. So some fun options for creating eyeglass themed cards. Now let's get to our last bundle and then we're gonna craft together. I'm so excited. So our last bundle is called Shake It Sweetheart, and it features a shaker bubble element that is shaped like a heart. I have some fun samples for you, and I'll show you the die set that we created that will specifically help you make this bubble into a gift or a card that you can send. So here we go. Your bundle includes the die set that's called Sweetheart Shaker. It includes the plain heart die that is exactly sized to fit one of the shaker heart bubbles. In this bundle, you also get 2 packages of shaker heart bubbles, and you get our new embellishment Bits and Pieces XOXO. These are clay bits. We use them all over this release, not just inside these shakers. They are a really fun new embellishment. Let's take a look at a couple that Melody created. I love these. You can turn this Sweetheart Shaker into a tag by attaching this little tag element to the die cut scalloped heart, and then you've got your shaker element there. And then also those die pieces make a perfume bottle or a potion bottle if you like to look at it that way. She's got the label Love Potion number 9 on it, and I think that's super fun. I also wanted to show that you can put candies in these. So this one we created during our Advent calendar time together in December. The Advent calendar included some of these same heart bubble shakers, so you might have seen those if you did purchase the Advent calendar. But now you have the opportunity to get more and a product that works specifically to create these fun shaker and candy holding elements. Oh, and I have to mention, if you want to get the candy out, we have this great die called Pull to Open that you can cut a perforation into your paper, and that will help your recipient get the candy out without tearing your pretty project all apart. All right, what do you guys think? Do you have a favorite? Anybody have questions that I needed to answer before we start crafting?
I was just looking for the stencils for the around town. Do they coordinate with the heart-shaped? Is there a heart-shaped die that you would? I'm thinking the stencil.
Oh,
right
this
here.
Stencil?
I think you could use the heart-shaped stacklet, but we might need to check that before I respond.
I don't think that the heart-shaped stacklets are the same style heart to be able to cut those out, but it could probably work depending on what you're wanting to do with it. I know that Lori had a fun sample where she blended the map and then she used the scalloped heart to cut around the map and then placed her little elements inside there. So maybe that's kind of what direction you were thinking, but I love that.
Everyone is also loving your sweater.
Oh, thank you.
And all of the Valentine's Day stuff.
Looks like Debbie loves the spectacles. Jill, so many favorites. Linda likes the Around Town bundle. Tracy, the heart shakers. There's a vote for everything. Woo! I love it. I always love to hear the favorites because we obviously a 40 product release is a big deal, and I have a hard time playing favorites. I love everything. Otherwise, I wouldn't put it out there. And so I love hearing, though, what kind of resonates with all of you, too. So if you did watch our lead-in video, our product reveal, either over the weekend or this morning, then hopefully you saw this card. This is what we are going to be making together today. Isn't this fun? I kind of demonstrated on that previous video that I made this as a squishy element. Isn't this fun? So Susan was actually chatting. We were chatting about the lava lamp and creating a project with it. And she said, do you remember those cards we used to make way back when? I love it when we talk about way back when. But we used to put hair gel inside of a Ziploc baggie, and a lot of times I would see it with maybe some fish behind it, like a fish bowl, or kind of an under the sea look. And when we were talking, we just thought it is time to bring that technique back to the forefront. I know a lot of you might be newer crafters, maybe you haven't seen this from way back when, but I am going to show you guys how to create this fun squishy element for your card projects, and I think you're going to start seeing some of your dies in a whole new way, and it's super easy too. So I love it.
I know our kids are going to love this, so you're going to have to make a lot, Nancy Taylor.
My girls are going to love this. They're really into lava lamps right now. I think they're making a comeback, so I don't think they ever went away, honestly.
I don't either.
Yes. But lava lamps, I'm seeing them everywhere, and my girls, I showed this to them already as a little sneak peek of their Valentine, but they loved it. They just wanted to squish it. Now, I did not give it to Henry because I'm pretty sure it's not Henry proof. Right. He would find a way to get his little sharp fingernail inside there and then squish everything out. But for kids of a certain age, they will love it. So let's get started on this project. I think we are going to start, or let's go ahead and start by actually building that element for our little squishy opening.
Did you ask everyone what they call the lava lamp goo?
Oh, I did not.
I would like to know if anyone knows.
Yes. What does everybody say goes inside of the lava lamp? What do you call it? Lava? I mean, it is a lava lamp. Maybe it's lava inside. I called it lava goo on the other video that we did, and so I know that's not appropriate, but yes, it is a different looking thing. I don't know how it works, but I'm glad it does because it's certainly very fun. Okay, so I have a piece of cardstock here. It is dragon fruit, and it's cut 4 by 5 1/4, so it's going to fit on top of our card base, just layered perfectly when we're finished here. And I think I have a little bit of adhesive, maybe not quite enough. Oh, I got a little bit there. Whitney, I think I will need a tape runner that I don't see up here, but not quite yet. All right, so the background stamp that I'm going to be using today is called Rainbows All Around, and I should mention that if you want to find any or all of the products that I used on this project, you will find them under the lava, is it called Lava You Lots?
Yes.
Okay. So if you go to the Lava You Lots product under the Tailored Expressions website, you will find all of the products linked that I'm using today, and you can add them to your cart easily by just clicking the little button that you want to add it. So this is the product that we are using for the live, and all of the other products are linked under this. So just click on this and you will see everything else used. So that includes the Rainbows All Around. It includes the other things that I will share with you as well. Okay, so Rainbows All Around. Let's put that over the top of our background. Kind of center it on there. And I'm going to stamp that tone on tone. I like to just make sure that my paper is in the right spot before I make a mistake. And we're going to stamp that tone on tone with the dragon fruit ink. I love that you guys are all researching lava lamps now. And Candy says the liquid is either water or mineral oil. Ooh. In the lava lamp. What's the colorful part?
Someone else says it's wax.
The lava is wax.
Yeah, so maybe they're made in different ways.
well, maybe the white part is mineral oil and then the colored lava part is a wax, or...
Interesting.
Anyway.
It sounds like a science project.
Yes.
Stick our children on.
Maybe we can find like make your own lava lamp science kit or something.
That would be so amazing.
Okay, so this is a fun background and looks really kind of groovy and goes well with the theme of the card. So we stamped that. Now we are going to take our Lava You Lots die set. And we're going to take the larger die. So there are 2 different dies in here. One of them is a frame for the lava lamp. If you want to maybe die cut and put a frame around the outside of your lava, you can do that. You can also use this as a shaker element that sits on top of your card project if you want to create a shaker out of that. We're going to do the method of almost like you were creating a shaker card, but that it is a recessed shaker. So we're actually going to cut the opening into the front of our card and place our little element behind it. If you were making a shaker card, you would just cover that with acetate and put your shaker bits behind it. But I'm going to show you how we get this squishy thing by using the larger of the 2 lava lamp dies. Now, as you're positioning this on your project, you do want to make sure that it is down far enough from the top so that we have a little bit of extra space up here to adhere this element behind. So let's just say we have our topper going on about like that. And then we have the bottom that will go down here. So that's about where we want our lava lamp to sit. So I'll leave that right there, grab a piece of tape. Center it on my card front. And we'll run that through the die cut machine. The other fun thing about this product, it is a die and stencil combo. So let's say you don't want to do this squishy thing that we're going to do today. You can use the coordinating stencil to blend your lava into the lava lamp area. And we have the lava stencil is kind of a mix and match. So if I bring this back, you can see this is what the stencil looks like. There are 6 different patterns that you can actually layer over the top of each other to create some really fun and interesting lava inside of your lamp. Okay, so we'll take that out. Now, while I have my die cut machine out, you might not notice this in the sample, but I did die cut the wonky stitched rectangle around the outside of this. I think it just adds that extra little bit of dimension, kind of helps bring your eye in towards the center of the card. So this is what that die looks like. It is a double stitch line that's wavy, and it only cuts into the card. It's not cutting anything off of my cardstock. It's just impressing the stitches into the cardstock. Okay. So here's what that looks like. I have my other pieces already die cut, so we can actually kind of just assemble a lot of the card right away. So this is just a little piece of coordinating cardstock, kind of my table for my lava lamp, if you will. This is a piece of bubble gum cardstock that's going to sit at the bottom, and I am going to blend that just a little bit with my bitty blender brush. I like to add just a little dimension to the top of the piece of cardstock so that it looks like it's sitting on a tabletop. And then that is going to be adhered down at the bottom. I also have my oyster ink, and I have already die cut the two pieces of the lava lamp, the base and the topper. And again, this is oyster cardstock, but I am going to add a little bit of ink to those as well to give them some dimension. I have my big blender brush for this, and we'll just add a little bit around the sides on the edges of this die cut piece. It is not very often that I die cut something and don't add just that little pop of dimension to it with the coordinating ink color. I find that it really adds to the project, adds to the interest in your card, especially when your card is really simple and only features that one main focal element. You need to do a few extra pops to make it pop. Okay, let me grab my tape runner then. I'll go ahead and adhere these pieces down. And then we'll get to the fun part, which is putting the goo in our lava lamp.
So many people are gonna be researching how to create their own lava lamps. Where can I buy a lava lamp?
Yes, I know.
These ones are, I mean, this card is so much fun. I feel like I need mass production of this one.
Well,
I know exactly what our kids are going to say. I want to give this to all my friends. Can you make me
True.
like 25 of them?
I didn't think about that, but yeah, I should offer for my girls if they want to give it to any special friends. Okay, so here's what our piece looks like. And again, that's just die cut through this hole here, so we haven't done anything with that part to cover it yet. All right, we can put those hearts on and our sentiments at the end, but let's go ahead and build our fun little squishy element. I need my, I don't think, oh, I'll use a paper towel. I'm missing a rag though. I have my lovely buffing cloth, but I don't want to get it dirty. I have some extra paper towels that I can use here. Thank you. We've been busy in this craft room since the holidays, and we're just pulling stuff from making stuff left and right.
I feel like if my goal was to exercise more, I should have said crafter sizing.
Yes.
We have been, woo, sweat and glitter here.
Crafter sizing.
Muscles.
That is true. We have been. And it's been fun.
So much fun.
I don't complain about crafter sizing.
I know.
Exercising, I do complain about.
Yes, yes.
Oh, that's fun. Trisha said her daughter came in and said she needed to make it a birthday lava lamp for her bestie. I love that. Okay, so this fun element is super simple to make. If you want to be able to do this with other dies, the thing to keep in mind is making sure that your little piece that we're going to put all of our lava goo in is just a zip top baggie, and you want it to be sized to fit around the element of your opening. So whatever size your opening is, just make sure your bag is at least that big. You can see this one is about perfectly sized, which was unintentional, one of those happy accidents. But we have these little 2x3 zip top bags in our inventory now because of this project. So you haven't seen these here before at TE, but you can now purchase a set of 15 2x3 zip top bags. And if you want to be able to just get everything you need to create this project right when you open your TE package, it is available. But of course, zip top bags come in lots of different shapes and sizes. So you can try different sizes with different openings. So what are we putting inside? Well, I'm glad you asked. We are going to put our iridescent glitter gel inside. So this is a clear glitter gel. A lot of times you'll see us use this by just scraping it over the top of a stencil, and then it adds a shimmer or a glitter to a layer of our stencil. But in this case, this is a fun new use. We're gonna put it inside of our little baggie, and then we're going to add some of these Bits and Pieces XOXO. You can choose if you want to split out what's in here. There's little X's and O's, hearts, and little pink sprinkles. I think I just dumped a little bit of everything. And I can't wait, now that I'm sharing all of this, sharing this with all of you, I can't wait to see from our collection what you decide to put inside of this little baggie. We've got clay stars that would be great for a birthday. Sequins you could put inside of there. All of those fun things. Okay, so this little spoon, those of you that got our advent calendar, you received this craft spoon. And this is what I'm actually going to use to scoop it inside of this baggie, which is pretty small. So a normal sized spoon doesn't fit inside of your baggie. But we're just going to take a big scoop and I put it down into the bag and kind of pull it off of the spoon. And then we're going to do that a few more times, maybe 3-4 times. And it's okay if you end up getting a little bit on the top of the baggie. We can clean it off, kind of start to press the goo down into the corners and move the air bubbles out. Although I think the air bubbles are kind of fun because it is a lava lamp after all. So don't worry too much about air bubbles. I just try to get the big air bubbles out. So that was 3 scoops. This one is 4. It's getting a little bit harder to open my bag up. Got to push that goo down to the bottom. Okay. You could probably even put some fun glitter in here as well if you have loose glitter that you want to dump inside also. And I'm just kind of playing it by ear. So this is 5 scoops of the glitter paste. Let's try one more and see how we end up here. I think I want one more. You just want to make sure that there's good squishability. And remember, you are going to add these little clay bits inside that are going to take up some space as well. So my guess, just by looking at this jar, so when I started with this card, I made 1, 2, and I think I could make at least maybe 3, 4, 5. I'm going to say you could make 5 little baggies of gel with this one jar. Maybe 4.5 we'll go with, but yeah. In case you're trying to determine how many of these little guys you need to make the number you want. Okay, let's go ahead and pour in some of our bits and pieces then. And those are just going to go right in there. Make sure they get below the zip top line. And then we can zip it closed for now. You want to be able to open it up again in case you need to let out any air bubbles as you go. I think I let out enough air that I can mix this around now. This is the fun part. Squeeze it all up. I'm going to get my paper towel here and start to wipe off the top of this bag where I got some of the iridescent glitter out of it. And we'll keep pushing around those little clay bits. Jamie, that's a great idea. Jamie said, now we need happy medium in a squeeze tube. Ah! Yes, kind of like, you know, they put jelly in a squeeze bottle instead of, you don't have to take it out with a knife anymore. You just squeeze the jelly onto your bread. And
right.
Yeah.
Oh man, that was the fancy jelly. Mom never let us
the
have
squeezable.
The fancy
I know, it was. Okay, I'm trying to get more of those little clay bits down towards the bottom here and move this air bubble towards the top. I'm just gonna open up my bag one more time. I might want to put, I don't know, I guess I'm okay with the amount of stuff that I have in there. You can also start to kind of nest it behind your opening and see, does that feel like it's squishy enough? Do I feel good about that? Mine feels good. I could have maybe even gone like a half a scoop less on there. So yeah, I think that feels good. Super fun, right?
It's so cute.
Okay, now this is super easy. All you have to do is adhere it behind the opening. Of course, I have some tips and tricks for you on how to do that, what to use to do that, but overall, it's really simple. So let's flip this over and look at the back. This little flap up here, let's make sure I've cleaned it up enough that I feel good about adhering it behind my project. Here we go. I'm gonna stick my paper towel in there and try to make sure I clean up as much of that as I can, as much of the moisture out of there. Also very important, like the most important part, is to make sure that your baggie is zipped all the way closed, because that would be bad. All right, now this little flap at the top then should be about perfectly sized to fit across the top here. And I am going to take a little bit of our foam adhesive. I'm actually feeling like this is really squishy, but I think it's okay. It's good, right? Sometimes it's hard to know exactly how much to put in there. Let's go ahead and cut this then. I don't have a scissors.
Crafty tool emergency.
I know, I'm looking all around like, did I misplace the scissors?
It was probably just Whitney cleaning.
Thank you. Okay, so we'll cut this apart here. And this adhesive is super strong, and I am going to use it because of that fact. I can simply just overlap that baggie at the top with my foam tape, and it's going to stay in place. Now, if you wanted to just be extra safe, you could take another little strip and put it right underneath here, just as long as you can't see it through the opening in the front, as long as you've overlapped that right above that opening. Now we're going to take some of this down here and squish that paste up towards the top, so we have a little bit of a lip down here to do the same thing. This time I'm going to use a full piece of tape, and I'm going to take that bottom part of my baggie and just overlap it onto the cardstock.
Harry has a quick question
Yeah.
about when you're cutting your foam adhesives, what scissors do you prefer?
Ooh, well, I take whatever scissors I can find. Usually, these ones actually are really nice. They are a non-stick blade. But when I cut it off of the roll like this, I don't find that I have any issues with stickiness on my scissors. So as long as you're cutting it while it's attached to the roll, you're not going to get any of that goo on your blades, which is really, I think, what you're probably most concerned about. So little tip, keep it connected to that backing paper and you can easily slice through it. So I'm going to continue to add foam tape around this, and then my other tip is we're going to want to do, because there's a good amount of depth to this squishiness, we are going to want to double our foam tape layers. So hang with me while I do that. You can use our 1/8 inch sticky strips would be our tallest foam adhesive that we have. However, it's so thin that it won't work very well for adhering the bag area. You want to have enough area to overlap. So That's why I chose to just go with this adhesive that I will then double up. So we'll peel the backing paper off of all of these, and then I'll cut similar pieces to place over the top. You'll also notice that I did not put any adhesive on the sides of my bag, and I haven't had any issues. This one doesn't escape the backing at all. It overlaps enough on the sides that you don't need to worry about adhering the sides in this case. All right, let's see how fast I can make this happen. All right. So there's my second layer of that one. I'll take this one down here. It's kind of fun, like putting together a little puzzle. I think this will fit nicely up here. This one along the side. Okay, I've got a few more left. One over here. And then this one we can cut off and add to the other side here, and then we're done. Done with this step. Okay, so now I have my card base. This is an A2 sugar cube card base that is top folding. So I'll grab my bone folder. Mine has already been scored because we get ours from downstairs on the shelf where we offer the pre-cut and scored card bases. So if you don't want to do it yourself, grab those. They're nice and convenient. And then what we're going to do is just add this onto the card front, and then that squishy is going to be there right in the middle. We'll add our embellishments. I have a sentiment left to emboss as well. I've seen a lot of questions about embossing lately, so it's one of my goals this year to talk to y'all more about embossing. I know it's something that a lot of times I do ahead of time because it's just easier to not have to run the embossing tool and try to talk over it and all that stuff, but I think there is a need for a little bit more instruction with embossing powder. Okay, so there we have it. Isn't that fun?
Oh, I just love it.
I walked it around the office and everybody wanted to squish it.
I know.
So it is super fun. Okay, let's do our sentiment now. I'm gonna grab my mini Misty for this and have a little piece of sugar cube cardstock. The sentiment I am going to use is from this set. This one is called Pop Sentiments, and it has coordinating dies. So I'm making these for my girls, and I think I'm going to use just a little bit different sentiment this time. So this one says, "Big hugs, I lava you." I think I am going to do, let's do, "You're awesome. You're awesome, I lava you." And pick that up, do my powdering. I am going to be embossing the best possible way I know how, which is with VersaFine Clair and clear embossing powder. This is the best way to get a glossy black sentiment without risking all of those little specks of black embossing powder on your project. So simply stamp with the VersaFine Clair ink, which is a pigment ink, so it stays wet a little bit longer. And then we have the clear embossing powder. This is Fine Detail double ground clear embossing powder. And we're gonna tap that off then. And heat it up. Now, before I start heating this, I'll tell you a few tips to keep an eye out for. You will see the color of the emboss change and it will become a little bit more shiny and black again, but hold it just that little extra second and you'll see it turn more shiny. So a lot of times your black, when you emboss with clear, your black might look dusty like a gray. But if you hold your embossing tool there just a little bit longer, you're gonna see that clear embossing powder really start to shine. So don't take the heat away until it's shining. It's kind of hard to capture on camera, so I just had to use words this time. But don't keep it too long. If you do heat it too long, then you run into the other issue, which overheating soaks the embossing powder into your cardstock and it's not raised on top of your cardstock. So you can kind of go both directions. You have the ability to underdo and the ability to overdo it, which does make embossing as a technique a little bit tricky and something you just got to keep trying. Okay, so it's not that one. This one. Yes. It's kind of fun to try to guess which which outline goes with which sentiment. Who's getting excited about Valentine candy?
You know I am.
I know we are around here. I've already finished more than I should admit to. Yes. We've got chocolates and Jolly Rancher gummies and
I went this morning and I looked at all of the options. They have Valentine nerd clusters.
Oh, they do?
Oh, sure do. I bought them, so you should try one.
Okay.
What else? Oh, they always have fun, like, if you're a salty person, they always have, like, fun, like, heart-shaped Cheeto puffs.
Oh.
Like, yeah, so I love Valentine's Day. You know I get into it so much.
I know. My kids are kind of, well, except for Henry, my girls are kind of past the, classroom Valentine age. So that's a little sad.
I know.
All right, let me get this piece here. And I have my hearts already cut, which are from the die set. I cannot pick this sentiment up with my fingers. Come on, sentiment. I think that means it's time to get my nails redone, but I've been trying to hang on to the red so I could make it to Valentine's Day, that these were my Christmas nails as well. Okay, Whitney, I cannot get this sentiment off of the table. This one. Please just pick it up and hand it to me. First try.
That was great.
First try, Whitney picked it up.
We all need someone to help us along, Taylor.
Oh, man.
I can be your person.
If I wasn't live, I would have just walked away from the table for a minute. I can't get it.
Oh my.
Okay, so let's put a little bit of foam tape on here. And then we'll put some on the back of our sentiment. So the mini strips that I use, let me show you guys those because they are part of this new collection. It's called Mini Strips Lava U, and it has all of those lava lamp themed sentiments to go with this new die set. So there are lots of them in here. If you're looking to create a birthday card, have a groovy birthday. You light up my life. You are mesmerizing. Good vibes to you. You glow girl. So lots of options for sentiments, not just for Valentine's Day. Okay, I'll put a little bit more foam tape on the back of this. And then we'll adhere our sentiment and then put our hearts in place. Grab my tweezers so I can make sure it's straight. Sometimes I get my fingers in there and then I can't see right. Okay. And then You're Awesome on top. The little hearts I mentioned, I did die cut ahead of time. And they are from the same die set as the lava lamp element. So even if you wanted to die cut your lava goo and place it inside of a die cut lava lamp, you could do that. So there really is every option available to you with this stencil and die combo to either do it as die cut or do it with stenciling. So lots of options. Let me grab my little tool here. I'm going to start with the big hearts and kind of place those where I want them. Go with this one here. This is the part where I feel like I really have to concentrate. Everybody quiet. Okay. 3 little hearts. And then we'll do one here, 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 here. I'm just following what I did before, so that is the best way to adhere little embellishments like this, whether you're doing sequins or rhinestones, or do it once and then copy it. Don't overthink and try to come up with a new arrangement every time. I feel like that's just too much thinking. Okay. Few more. We did it. I wish you guys were all here to like squish it for me, because that's really the fun of this card, is being able to push on that and move those little bits and pieces around. So there we go. I have my girls' Valentine's done. Can you believe it? All right, let me come back to you guys. I have something to share, but do we have like a, maybe I'll pick it up with this because it is hot.
Ooh, yeah.
I have something hot to share with everyone. Okay, I can't drop it. I don't want to drop it. All right. Okay, I'm back. We're gonna do this. We mentioned that lava lamps are everywhere. So we found one, and guess what? It's hot when it heats up, but it comes, it comes with teal lava goo.
I love it so much.
Isn't it great? I'm holding it with a rag because it is very hot on the bottom as it gets heated up. But look at that fun lava going through. Oh, we got to put this out by our desks. I think we might just lose ourselves in the, there it goes.
Watching it, yes.
There it goes.
The joy of lava lamps.
Okay, that is too fun. So yes, we are loving the lava lamps around here. Decided to add one to our collection here in the office. Maybe we'll add another. It needs a friend. But thank you guys for joining us today for our Valentine Release Live. I hope you see something that you love. And I hope you feel inspired to try a squishy card.
Are you
what am I
still
doing?
on your down camera?
Oh, thank you.
Someone's.
Thank you, Maggie.
Oh, I'm looking at it now.
Oh.
Okay.
Whitney was over trying to.
Like, flip the camera. We've done that before. Sorry about that, friends.
We've done that before. But now this just gives me a reason to pick up the lava lamp again and hopefully not drop it. Are you ready? Here it is. Isn't that amazing? Look at the lava traveling up. Oh, and it's teal. And the top is like pink and purple and teal and yellow with this like psychedelic pattern. If you're looking for it, it's at Target. So
and we love it too.
yes, so we had lots of fun with this release. I hope you guys did too, and thanks for joining us today. I do want to let you know that Heather will be live on Thursday. And if you haven't had a chance to see the cutest little mailbox, I do have some of those here. If you didn't catch this, Heather designed the cutest little postal box where you put little letters in it. And you can make them into treat boxes. And so she will be featuring that on her live on Thursday here at 10 a.m. So definitely mark your calendar to watch that. And we will see you guys next time. Have a great rest of your week. Bye, everybody.